Are you sick and tired of social media banning you, blocking you, deleting your posts, censoring you? Well, join the new social media that won't ban you, censor you, or block you. FreeSpeechUS.com. Again, FreeSpeechUS.com, the new social media where you won't be censored or banned. Another crazy day in America, y'all. Apparently Chicago wants to kill police and display it on video footage. So Chicago's back at it again with the police. Apparently there's approximately 30 gangs who have made a pact that if they see police draw a weapon to shoot and kill them on sight. So going back to when all the violence was going on in Chicago with the rioting and everything, and Trump offering to bring in federal agents, I just knew in the back of my mind that that alone would not be a good idea in terms of trying to get things calm and eradicate the problem without a bunch of crazy violence in the streets. Yes, Trump does need to send in agents, but with all the gang activity going on in Chicago, you got to be real careful about doing that, because there's it's really crazy up there. It's not, it's not like the mob used to be, even though they were equally crazy. But here we are. If not killing their own people isn't enough, now they want to kill the police. A federal intelligence alert from the FBI field office in Chicago, Illinois warned that about 30 gangs in the city have made a pact to shoot police officers if they draw their weapons in public. This was reported on Monday. Intelligence alerts are frequently distributed to law enforcement officials, especially if the alerts involve threats to an officer's safety. This particular alert was based on a contact whose reporting is limited and whose reliability cannot be determined, meaning a street source, witness, or information obtained through surveillance. The alert states that the Chicago gangs have agreed to shoot on sight any cop that has a weapon drawn on any subject in public. Well, we are in the new age of filming. Everything that goes on these days is filmed, and people want to be famous from it. Unfortunately, that's the age that we're in. In my honest opinion, man, to get Chicago completely back to a normal city, it's going to take quite a bit. It's going to take the military, probably some martial law, because normal policing ain't going to be enough. And then on top of that, who is in the police department that is corrupt? You're going to have to clean that first, because there's apparent corruption going on in the police department from the very top. How deep that rabbit hole is, who really knows? It makes you wonder what Obama's agenda really was. He didn't do anything for Chicago. He didn't slow none of that down. He didn't stop none of it. So it makes you kind of wonder, is he involved? I mean, was it at the highest level? Members of these gang factions have been actively searching for and filming police officers in performance of their official duties, the purpose of which is to catch on film an officer drawing his or her weapon on any subject and the subsequent shoot on sight of said officer in order to garner national media attention. This can't be just what it's about. Hey, look what our city will do. It's a sad day in America, man. We've come to this point to where now violence is a way to become known, become famous, make a point. Why not become well known for being a creator, an intelligent human being, a productive human being? Why do we have to why do we have to go to violence and destruction to become known? I mean, is that how unintelligent people have become nowadays? I mean, you would think you would take pride in becoming well known as an upstanding individual, but apparently not. I mean, this is the new age, so people are doing crazy things all the time just to get well known on social media. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's just what it's coming to, I guess, now. So, in my honest opinion, I wish they would take all social media down, at least until things can get back to normal, of some kind of normalcy, because it's done got completely out of control. And social medias have done nothing but provided outlets for these younger folks to get on film and do crazy things, become famous overnight. And then, yeah, they go to jail, then they get out, and then they profit off of the fact that they've done all this destruction, whether it be just violence or part of the looting and all the other things that's going on. In early August, mobs of people staged what appeared to be a coordinated spate of looting and vandalism at Chicago's Magnificent Mile, a stretch of high-end businesses in the city's downtown. The looting occurred after police shot and arrested a suspect in the Inglewood neighborhood. The looting was reportedly prompted by a rumor, which went viral on social media, that the cops had shot and killed a child, when in fact they had injured a 20-year-old man. Injured. Didn't even kill the guy. Now, that takes me to a video I seen actually last night, where a gang of people, not an like actual gang, but just a mob of people, and it was like 3 officers. They were like shoving them to the ground, pinning them down. Then some innocent bystanders that were trying to help out, they formed a circle around the police. People still trying to shove them, push them, knock them down, just being violent towards the police. Now I don't know exactly what was going on in the video because it was just the clip of that, but it didn't look like anything crazy had took place, in my opinion. It just looked like people were taking out aggression on the police. And it had my blood boiling a little bit, honestly, because I don't like seeing bullying. I don't like seeing people taking advantage of somebody. It's just not fair. It's ridiculous. It's inhumane, in my opinion. So, moving on. Chicago has seen a rise in murders and shootings since the death of George Floyd earlier this year, a surge in violence likely compounded by economic dislocation caused by the coronavirus pandemic and a rise in the anti-police sentiment, which has reportedly led police in many cities to adopt less aggressive tactics. There were 2,749 shooting victims in the city as of Monday, up 917 from the same period last year. This is so crazy to me, because prior to maybe this year, my thought process on Chicago's violence with the gang activity, I thought it was just simply gang versus gang. I mean, and I'm thinking, how are so many thousands of people getting killed in gang activity? Like, how many freaking people do they have in these gangs? Like, who are they really killing, man? I mean, they're just killing anybody or what? This is so crazy to me, because if you add up all the numbers over the just last 5 years, it's insane. Like, why is nobody getting a grip on Chicago? Why are people allowing this? I mean, they have a nickname of Chirac. Good reason why, because it's definitely like Iraq in the days of the war. I mean, good grief, man. When are we going to get a grip on Chicago? Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown, who started his position several weeks before the Floyd protests, said on Monday that a sense of lawlessness has been observed by officers on the street. Brown also noted that the dangers for officers has dramatically increased. He says, I think 51 officers being shot at or shot in 1 year, I think that quadruples any previous year in Chicago's history. So I think it's more than a suggestion that people are seeking to do harm to cops. Quote. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely going on. Unfortunately. Guys, it seems as if these type of stories pop up every single day. If it's not gang violence, it's the Antifa. If it's not the Antifa, it's the Marxists, Black Lives Matter group. If it's not them, it's some radical, crazy group somewhere. And when you sit back and you really think about it, it's like, how simple-minded are people to follow like sheep and not have their own minds to determine and see what's real and what's fake? How often are we able to walk out of our own house, go to a local grocery store, go pay our bills, go run our errands, and we have literally no run-ins with anybody over race issues? It's only happening in bigger cities where it's democratically ran. So dig a little deeper, dive a little deeper on this. Who is funding all of these violent radical groups to do what they are doing? Now, I think I have the answer, but a lot of people haven't went in depth on all this. They're just thinking, wow, all of a sudden America's went crazy, as if it wasn't never pre-planned or organized. But you got to dig a little deeper on these situations that are occurring right now. It's definitely funded. It's definitely supported by something bigger in terms of power. What person would that be? Think about this. Who funds your major political candidates on the Democrat side? Who has been well known for breaking economies down? Who's been well known for doing whatever it took to destroy countries? You don't know? Look up George Soros. George Soros has single-handedly destroyed dozens of economies. And you know what he has said about America? He said that his dream was that before he dies, he destroys America. This is a very destructive guy. Very wealthy, probably one of the wealthiest people in the world, for sure. Comes from a destructive past. He owns and pockets politicians. I could go on for hours about George Soros. George Soros, I don't know why. I don't understand that part. What his real motive is and why he wants to do this. But he has made it very clear that he wants to destroy America. He's not the only one behind it, for sure. But he's a major player in it. That's for sure. There's a lot of behind the scene people that run it like a puppeteer. It's a web of players. It's called the cabal. Folks, you have to see things from a different perspective. Quit thinking about presidents. Quit thinking about politicians. These people are bought and paid for. Now, is Trump? I would say no, for the most part. But even with Trump, you still have to keep your mind open and kind of alert. You still have to kind of be cautious. You can't just sell yourself out. Am I a Trump supporter? Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. But why? I support a lot of policies, but I support the brass balls, the fighting back, the not letting them run him over part, speaking his mind, telling it like it is, no holds barred, no filter, those kind of things I like. I like his America First policy. I like the deals he's made so far. They've been good. I like the economy. Although we have had it a little rough right now, but you can't blame Trump for that. I'm sorry. If you blame Trump for that, you're a complete fucking idiot. And I'm saying it like that. That's just the way it is. Every country in this world has been hit and has been getting screwed over by this virus. I have my own opinions about this whole COVID-19 thing. My old lady works in the hospital, front line, may I add. She deals with it daily. I know more than the average person in terms of what's really going on within the hospitals. So I have my own opinion about it. But aside of that, what they want you to believe about it is that it's worse than it really is. So again, every country has been hit with it. Every country's been affected by it. China is the one who released this. In my opinion, I think several people are behind it, not just China, but it did come out of China. China did give the green light, regardless. So, you can't blame Trump over COVID-19, China virus, whatever you want to call it, the virus. Let that narrative go. It's total hogwash. It's trash, it's stupid, it's ignorant. Quit pointing fingers, quit blaming, and just accept things for what they really are. Okay? Because, I'm sick and tired of hearing, oh, it's Trump's fault, Trump. It's stupid. It's so stupid. And to be quite honest, all of this nonsense is so embarrassing to our country. The ignorance behind it all is so embarrassing to our country. We need to eradicate all of this violence that's going on. It needs to be put to an end. I understand it's election season. Trump's got to be reelected before he can really just say, you know what, I'm putting an end to everything. Because whatever he does right now could really just jeopardize his presidency. I get that and I understand that. But in the meantime, something has to be done. Somewhere down the line, it has to be done. Because the more this carries on, the more violent cities are going to become, the more deaths. I mean, you name it. It's going to happen. And it's really just not fair to your everyday average person who just wants to walk free, live free, come and go as they please, live the right way, wants no kind of harm on anybody, your everyday, law-abiding citizen. It's just not fair to those people, right? Every day we have to turn on the media. We don't have to, but we do. A lot of us do watch it. And all we see is riots, riots. I mean, that's literally just about all that you see. And then you got CNN over there running their jaws, just lying like hell all the time. I mean, like for instance, the Chicago stuff. What are they going to say? Oh, Chicago's peaceful. There's no gang violence. Uh-huh. Right. So the numbers are a lie too? The videos we all have seen are a lie too, I guess. Let's just act like it never happened, you know? Just like they're trying to rewrite history. I don't know. It's so crazy right now. And you know, it's even deeper than that. It's even deeper than George Soros. You know, of course he's tied in, but they're using... It's so deep, man. They're using programs. They're using programs to cause riots. If you haven't already, go look into the documentary called Shadowgate. If you don't know where you can find it, just go to my website, freespeechus.com. I have it on there. Watch that. That will really explain and connect a lot of dots for you if you're not caught up to speed. I won't even elaborate on here. Just go to my website and go watch Shadowgate. I have it available on there, freespeechus.com. Sign on up. It's a social media based website. We have a bunch of videos on there, a ton of knowledge videos. You can catch up. Learn as much as you want on there. You'll understand things a lot better. We're in hard times, man, and it doesn't seem as if it's going to get any better. You got the Democrats saying, hey, vote for us and we'll end it all. To me, that's a threat. That's basically saying, you don't vote for me and this will continue for years until we get our power back. But what they fail to realize is they're going to keep pushing us everyday law-abiding citizens and police officers, frontline workers, to the tipping point. And when it's the tipping point, police are not going to protect these people. Nobody's going to come to these people's defense, and everybody's going to take care of business. I'll say it like that. And there's going to be nowhere for these people to run or hide. That day will come if this continues, and there won't be any kind of government official out there to be able to convince us people to stop. That will come to an end. There will be no more peace talks. All of that stuff right there will come to a real halt. And the American people will take care of business once and for all. Y'all have a good day. Have a safe week. I'm going to wrap it on up. Chicago, shape up. Get your city cleaned up. This is crazy. This is crazy. Y'all can do better than this. Y'all can do way better than this. We all love y'all and support y'all. If y'all ever need anything, just reach out to people. There's plenty of social media. Just reach out to people. There's sources out there, man. There's resources everywhere. All right, Chicago. Hey, everybody. We all just want to be on social media and never have to worry about being in Facebook jail or censored on our posts. Well, guess what? FreeSpeechUS.com is a new social media that is for free speech. You will never be blocked. You will never be banned. You will never be censored. You're free to post and share whatever it is you want to post and share without having to worry about being locked up on Facebook jail. We won't never do that. FreeSpeechUS.com. Come sign up today. Come connect with new friends and like-minded folks. And feel free to do whatever it is you want to do and not have to worry about none of that. Come join FreeSpeechUS.com today. FreeSpeechUS.com. 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 FreeSpeechUS.com.